Hey you guys, it's Rocky here with another surgery video. Today's video we have 10 tips when prepping for plastic surgery. If you're someone that's interested in looking to get surgery, or you know for sure you're going to be having surgery and you've made up your mind and you don't know where to start, this is the video for you. So just keep on watching. Let me start by saying I am in no way, shape, or form affiliated with any plastic surgery groups or any plastic surgery centers. This is just based off information that I know and steps that I took to prepare. I feel like I was very well prepared, and I'm just going to share some tips that I feel like is very important for you guys to start, so you're not so overwhelmed with so much information and maybe thinking like I might forget something. Okay, we're going to try to cover everything in this video.
If you are not pro-surgery and you just don't like anything about other people having plastic surgery, this is not the platform for you today. So please click off this video, because we're a non-judgmental platform here. We support everyone as long as they know the risks.
I would like to see the other people subscribe to my channel, and I'll give you a second to do so. We're going to start with plastic surgery tips number 1. Plastic surgery tip number 1 is passports. So passports, if you're planning on traveling abroad in any way to get plastic surgery, the best thing for you to do is to go ahead and get that passport ordered in your state as quickly as possible when you first find out you have surgery. Please do not wait till you're 3 months prior to your surgery to try and achieve this passport, because it takes time. Each state is different, and a lot of people have issues with getting the passports. Okay. Tip number 2, choose your doctor. Choose your doctor after getting the passports. The doctor that you chose will be the person that you place a deposit with. The deposit is going to hold your surgery date. Lock in the date with that deposit money. That's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is purchasing a one-way trip. I would not suggest you purchase a two-way trip, because so many things happen during plastic surgery that we don't expect, and a lot of times it's a good 35 to 40% chance you're either going to be leaving early or you're going to be leaving late. If you decide, oh, that's too risky, I don't want to, get a one-way flight, I want to get a two-way flight, that's totally up to you, and that's perfectly fine. But I would suggest if you did do that, then you should probably be getting insurance on those tickets. That way, if you cancel the ticket, then you'll get reimbursed for it. Only issue I see with that is the airlines usually don't allow you to book the flights previously. So if you book a trip for October 10th, and you go and you have your surgery, and then you decide I'm leaving on the 17th or the 18th instead of the 24th, which was your return flight, the airline will not allow you to use that money for the return flight until that date has passed. So if your return flight is scheduled for October 24th, you won't be able to reschedule another flight with that same money until after that 24th has passed. So you'll end up coming off more money, which is why I say, and yeah, you'll get a credit. They're never going to pay you your money back. You're going to get a credit to fly again in the future. So they say, oh, well, we'll give you your money back, but we're going to put a credit on your account, so when you take another trip, you can use that money. Is how that goes. I wasted a lot of money on flights for several different reasons, but there was my mother's 2 flights that didn't get used because she passed away right before my surgery. So those 2 were up in the air. I did have insurance on those, did not get reimbursed for them. I left early because an ex passed away. So things happen, and I was trying to get back to the United States. So I left a little early, so I had to purchase another ticket. And when I got to the airport in Miami, I missed my return trip. So there was another flight I had to pay for. So it was a lot of wasted money there. So I'm telling you guys, just book a one-way trip. And when you get there, if you don't have any complications or your doctor's saying, okay, you're released to go, I would then start looking. If everything seems normal for you and everything's going good, then you book your return flight to leave at that time. Okay? Tip number 4. Find where you'll be staying and secure that through deposit. So if you're going to be staying at a hotel, if you're going to be staying at an Airbnb, if you're going to be staying at a recovery house, figure out what you're doing next after you book your flight. So find that place and lock in that deposit on that place, okay? And this is going to take a lot of worry away from you. You know, those things being done right there, you won't have but a few more things to worry about, okay? Tip number 5 is do the math. So you're going to do the math. If you're going to be staying at a hotel or Airbnb, you want to figure in the fact that you may need a nurse's care for 2 to 3 days. And most people, I would suggest, first day 24 hours, second day 12 hours, third day 12 hours. I don't believe anybody will need a nurse after the third day. If you did, you can arrange something with your nurse at that time. So at that end, you want to consider food for the week or two that you're going to be gone. You want to consider travel expenses. When traveling in Miami, Uber Eats, DoorDash, great. You know what I mean? Also, traveling. A lot of the people in Miami uses Uber driving. They choose Uber because those people will come with an SUV. They lay the back of their SUVs down for the people who have surgery, and they take you where you need to go. So they are of assistance there in Miami with that. Versus somewhere where I stay in Ohio, they're not going to put that down for me. You know what I mean? So just consider it's much cheaper than getting a rental car if you want to go that route. And if you do travel with someone, maybe you guys both can catch the Uber. It's going to end up much cheaper in the end versus you getting a rental car, okay? You want to also factor in meds, how much it's going to cost for your medicine, what all you need to have for medicine, and things like that. Other things to consider while doing this math is what is not included in your surgery. So the doctor is going to have certain things included. Anesthesia may or may not be included. Make sure you know and you talk to someone at the surgery center to know what all you will be needing that's mandatory, that's not included in your surgery price. So they'll tell you, okay, you're going to have to pay an extra fee for this, this, and that. You know, so add that in so you're not blindsided or overwhelmed. I see a lot of people on YouTube or in the surgery groups that do get blindsided by that. So just to avoid it, contact your surgery center. Say, hey, what else is mandatory that I'm going to need to pay for that's not included in my surgery? They will give you the information to all of that. You can have them email it to you so you're not confused or forgetting about it. Also, another thing, the massages. So the massages you want to incorporate in the math because of course you're going to need them, and you want to have how much would it cost. Just give a good range of what is average where you're getting your massages. So if you're out abroad and you're not in the States, those massages are only going to cost $35-$40. So you know that max you're going to pay $40 per massage. Do the math. I want 10 massages, boom, $400 versus the United States where they cost $89, $90, you know, about $90 per massage. You want to, okay, I'm getting 7, boom, do the math, you know what I mean? So consider those things, okay? And we're going to move on to tip number 6. Tip number 6 is if you don't want to travel with a lot of cash on hand, maybe you're just worried about safety or people robbing you or things like that, there's a few things that you can pay for in advance that'll help you have to travel with a lot less money. For instance, the cost of the surgery, you can pay for that in full before you leave. A lot of people don't like to do that because anything could happen, and I hear it's terribly hard to get your money back from the surgery center. So, but you can, it's an option. Your hotel, your Airbnb, your recovery house, you can pay for those things in advance. before you get there, whether you're out of the country or you're in the United States. Okay? Nurse assistance. If you're going to be using a nurse for the first 24 hours of your recovery, you can pay for that in full as well. So just something to think about. Tip number 7. So as soon as you start realizing that you are having surgery and it's a go, as soon as you drop that deposit down, you want to start taking your supplements. Take those supplements. And I mean, if you're booking out a year out in advance, maybe not. But once you're 4 months, and you could, that's my ideal number, 4 months. 4 months to your surgery, start taking your supplements, start taking your vitamin C, start taking your iron, start taking your folic acid, because that's going to help. Sometimes it takes a while for that stuff to actually work on you. So a lot of times, if you're not normal and you have low levels, it takes a lot longer than it would take somebody that had a perfect health, okay? And we don't know if that's you or not, but it doesn't hurt to put these things in your body or to put extra in your body. So that's why I'm saying go ahead and start 4 months out and you should be absolutely fine. So moving right along to tip number 8. Tip number 8, order everything that you need at least 90 days before your surgery. Make sure you have everything that you need 3 months prior to your surgery. Okay, so you're done shopping. You're completely done shopping, okay? Because what's going to happen is you're going to forget about something. And that 3 months, without you having all this information overwhelmed in your head, like, do I have enough money for this, and that? I don't know if I'm going to have enough money. Once you execute the first 7 steps, it's not going to seem so overwhelming, and you're going to start to, your brain is opened up to more information to come in. So you're going to start remembering little things that you might have forgotten about, that you might want to take with you, or you may need to take with you. So make sure you're clear, and that'll also help your stress levels go down, so your test results come up great when you go to get your testing done, because you don't want that stress to cause your blood pressure to be high or anything like that. Okay, moving to tip number 9. Almost finished here. Take someone with you. If you're going to be traveling for surgery, you want to have someone with you at least for the first few days, okay? You're going to be fine whether you get a tummy tuck or whatever after day 4 or 5. You'll be able to manage, okay? I know a lot of people think I probably won't. You will. You will be able to manage. It's not that bad. What I will say, though, is that taking someone with you, you have to consider that some recovery houses don't allow for you to take other people with you, and some do. And you can pay for that person to stay in the recovery house with you, but you will also have to pay for their food. You will have to pay for everything as if they got surgery as well, except for massages, okay? But you're going to have to pay for their bed. It's going to cost the same exact amount as it's going to cost you, and everything is included. Everything that you're given as an amenity is going to be offered to them as well, okay? Tip number 10 is pack light, okay? I know that sounds hard to do when you're going to be away from home for so long, but consider the fact that you're going to be going to Miami and you're going to get there a couple of days before your surgery. What you want to do is not pack so much heavy stuff that's going to add to the weight. All of these things add up. When you're packing toothpaste, you're packing peroxide, you're packing a lot of medical things that you're going to need to take care of yourself. Some of the things may be hard to find, and it's okay to take some things, but things that are going to take up a lot of space in your suitcase, try not to pack. Like puppy pads, they're going to take up a lot of space in your suitcase. You can go to Walmart after you go to your pre-op and purchase those things there, and then you'll have them in Miami. That way it's not going to be so much for you to carry or lug around, okay? You just purchase a lot of the items when you get there, basically, is what I'm saying. That's going to help you out tremendously, and it's going to keep you from being so overwhelmed. Just have your list in your bag. your shopping list. You know what I mean? So you go down there and you go shopping. Some items you can take. I would say keep your clothes to a minimum. You're not going to go many places, okay? Especially the first few days. You literally need 3 dresses and some slides. That's about it. You don't need anything else. Maybe a sweater and a robe. You know, you don't need anything else. You don't need a whole bunch of 2-piece clothes, especially if you're getting a tummy tuck. You're not going to need, because you're not going to wear it. You're going to be walking around in your faja. And if you got like a very long t-shirt, that's pretty much what you're going to be lounging in the whole entire time you're there. If you have to go out to your post-op appointment or anything of that nature, you're going to slip on a sundress, put your slides on, and you're going to go. So a lot of people usually go to the airport in something, and that's what they leave in when they go back to the airport, and they just usually have a gown and or a sundress or something of that nature. That is all you need. So hopefully these tips help you along your way. You pretty much don't really need a whole lot of things. I'm going to be recording a video on the items that you should take for sure that you're going to need versus some other items that may not be necessary or you'll find yourself not even using. So to save you a little bit of money, that would be a good video for you to watch. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I'll get that video up for you shortly. Thank you guys. That is it. Peace.